What a time to be alive. Forces in the form of cryptocurrency are challenging the very currency markets that we once thought were going to last for our lifetimes. Now, as we look at this picture right here, this represents the reason why Dogecoin is likely going to skyrocket massively. Not even a lot of people know what this is yet, but everyone should certainly know what it is, and I'm going to talk about that very shortly here as we look and see the cryptocurrency market going up 7.32% today. A massive increase after a little bit of turmoil over the last month. But what did we say on the channel? It's not going to last for another month, most likely. It was one of the worst months in Bitcoin history. And so with that, and with Bitcoin having such a big pull in the market, we knew a rebound of this magnitude had a decent chance of coming. Make sure that you're subscribing with notifications on to stay updated on stuff like this. I get all the facts, all the information from all across the internet and put it together in a format where it's easier to understand and we can get a lot of this interesting stuff. And so we can know it. We can have an idea of where things are going. With Dogecoin as well, going up 7.62%, up to around 27 cents. One of the biggest gainers at the top there. Ethereum doing pretty dang well as well. Bitcoin going up to 34,000, getting close to that $35,000 area again. All of this is of course great for cryptocurrency together, and at the same time we are still seeing some unnecessary, I guess you could call it FUD. I normally like to stay away from that word because most people call FUD people's opinions FUD. You're allowed to have an opinion that you don't like something. That's not FUD. That's just you not liking something. But this actually is FUD because people are using factual information that isn't true, or I guess it's not factual information, unfactual information, anti-establishmentarianism factual information. There we go, a new word. Crypto analyst warns of weakened tumble as Bitcoin bull points to daisy chain of borrowers and lenders. So many times we hear this over and over again. It's going to crash on the weekend. Get ready for a bad Sunday. Oh no, crypto's going to go down. Then what do we see? 8% up today. What do we normally see? Not much, actually. Sometimes we'll see an increase. Sometimes we'll see a decrease. It's always exciting to watch when these happen, but they'll happen on random days. It's not just on Sunday or just on Saturday or just on Memorial Day weekend that we see this stuff. And to show you an example of that, by the way, they're not the only ones. This article coming out, here's why cryptocurrency crashes on the weekends. And another one saying that cryptocurrency's future is going to be massively restricted simply because it crashes sometimes on the weekends, which isn't even true. It crashes sometimes just in general. When bad news comes out, which I'll cover here on the channel, I'll let you know ahead of time. Let's see if we can get those likes up as well. Right now we have 300 likes approximately, which is great to see. It's fantastic to see. We also have an insane retention rate right now. So shout out to everyone coming into the live, enjoying the show, because we do have some really fascinating, interesting, and educational things to talk about all together. And that's the best. When you have something that you can learn from, that's also fun to talk about. It's a big win right there. Matt, I've been grinding for Jack in the Box to accept Dogecoin. He has noticed the Doge army and likes the comments of all my tweets. I love that. We're going to continue pushing for big companies to accept it. We got Pay Me and Dogecoin trending on the #1 trending page not too long ago. Our influence is growing. We have a lot that we can do in that, but with other websites like this saying that. And yet, when you actually look behind the scenes, here's a red circle of each of the weekends. It doesn't really necessarily have any impact. Yes, sometimes we'll see good weekend days, but anyone who tells you they know for sure simply because it's a weekend that's going to crash is lying to you, or they're just simply misinformed. One of those two. But don't trust that. It's definitely not a good way to be looking at it. I don't understand why the crypto graphs are the same. That part makes no sense. Any insight? So Brandon, the reason why is because a lot of people who are investing in cryptocurrency are not just invested in one coin. And I highly recommend that you don't just invest in one coin. But people who are investing most heavily in Bitcoin are also most likely to buy some of the altcoins as well. So when they sell their Bitcoin, they may sell some altcoins too and try to time the market with that. So that's why we often see when Bitcoin moves up or down, we see altcoins doing something similar. But Dogecoin has some big catalysts that are specific to it. So in the future, it's going to become different. It won't always be that way. For now, though, it is definitely part of it, and that's just the overall trends. For example, we saw Dogecoin spiking up massively, where Bitcoin only went up a little bit on many days this year so far. And so yeah, that's a really good question, though. Really good question. Elon Musk, Dogecoin, something. Oh, his birthday's tomorrow, by the way. Happy early birthday, Elon Musk. We're, of course, going to do a fun hashtag for him tomorrow, as we should. He deserves it. What should we do? What should the hashtag be? Let me know. What hashtag should we pick to do as a community? But this is another bad article. And then right after this article, we're going to talk about what's going to cause, I think, Dogecoin to spike massively. We'll talk about the picture. But Bitcoin bans UK's ops in latest cryptocurrency crackdown. And so basically what they decide to do is come in and say, okay, at first, a bunch of media outlets were reporting they banned it. Binance is now banned in the UK, which could be a very bad sign, because what if that leads to them banning other cryptocurrency exchanges? Well, it turns out they're simply banning specifically a part of the trading on Binance, which is specifically in reference to derivatives trading, which is basically, one example of that is options trading. Options, the simple way to look at it is basically one person owns a stock or a cryptocurrency or an asset. Another person says, okay, I will pay you X amount of money. I'll pay you $10. And in exchange for that, if this said asset, let's say it's Bitcoin, if Bitcoin goes from $35,000 to $40,000, then I will have the opportunity to buy it for $35,000 in 1 month from now. And if it doesn't go to $40,000, then you just get to keep my $10 that I paid to you. That's basically the way it works, the simple explanation for it. So you can no longer do that on Binance, specifically in the UK. I feel like they're going to do that on other exchanges too. You're not going to be able to trade specific types of trading, but that will actually make the market a little bit easier to come into for new investors. So it's not as big of a deal as a lot of the media outlets were trying to tell you. Don't listen to the media outlets, ever. Always come and listen to Final Stand. That's who you should listen to, even though I'm wrong sometimes too. But normally I'll actually do the research. The media outlets will just post it immediately. What the heck are you doing, media outlets? Should we roast them? Maybe we should. You know what? I'm going to roast the media outlets. I will roast them. Actually, no, but I can't do that. I'll roast the media outlets after I talk about the main point of this video, because we can't wait too long, right? We have to talk about it. Happy B-Day, Doge Father, coming in from John. There's just so much to talk about. That's why it's taking a little longer. But this picture right here, this picture shows all of the mining units currently in China that they are shipping out of China. $1 trillion mistake for China. A ton of mining equipment. A lot of this is being used to mine Dogecoin as well. Being used to mine Bitcoin, Dogecoin, a lot of Bitcoin-based cryptocurrencies, Dogecoin based off of Litecoin, based off of Bitcoin. So Dogecoin is, of course, a big inclusion part of that. A lot of Bitcoin mining and Dogecoin mining happens in China. Dogecoin more so in the US, though, than Bitcoin specifically, but still, nonetheless, a decent amount is going on in China. And with them shipping that, look at that. Look how many there are. It's insane, the numbers there. They're making a huge mistake with this. But here's why I believe this is going to be one of the best things for cryptocurrency long term. Yes, we took a hit in the short term, and we're seeing some of the effects of that. We have over the last month at least. It has gone down some, the cryptocurrency market altogether, including Dogecoin. But every single time we were starting to see Bitcoin or Dogecoin skyrocket, it was starting to go to a higher level. Cryptocurrency altogether, what would happen? China would come out with an article or something like that. They'll come out with a statement. We're banning crypto here. We're considering banning mining. Now that they're finally doing this, now that we know for sure, they're not going to have to worry about those comments nearly as much in the future, because they're going to have way less power when it comes to crypto. It's a huge negative for the Chinese people moving forward that the Chinese government did to them. The Chinese government shouldn't have done that. It's not fair to the Chinese people that they're doing that, but they are nonetheless. And so with that, this will allow Dogecoin and Bitcoin to spike way bigger, because the spikes aren't going to be stopped like they have in the past. So $5 for Dogecoin is no longer something that's off the table, as it would have been way more less likely. It still would have been possible, but it would have been way less likely if every time it started to spike, China stopped it, the Chinese government, I mean specifically. Doge to the moon as well, coming in from CRX Joe. I appreciate the love, and it's fun to see everything that's been happening lately. We actually have, so our Twitter account is now the #1 most, let me pull up this picture for you here. It's now the #1 most engaged Twitter account in terms of crypto, or the #1 most influential, I mean, according to Lunar Crush, on all of Twitter. It's the #1 most influential Twitter account, which is, it's crazy to see. So huge shout out to everyone who made that possible. And the reason why this is so awesome, even though my tweets honestly don't deserve nearly as many likes as they get, some of my tweets are just silly. I don't know why they get likes, but the truth is, at the end of the day, this is going to bring a lot of new people into cryptocurrency. Us doing stuff like that. Don't just be liking mine and retweeting mine. Be retweeting everyone's. And now that we have literally the #1 most influential crypto Twitter account on all of Twitter, it's MattWallace88 in terms of an influencer. There are a few accounts above us that are like CoinDesk and things like that. So like the big exchanges, a couple of them have bigger accounts, but in terms of influence, in terms of specifically influencers, we are #1 right now. So we can definitely have a big impact on the world too. That's how we've been able to get some of those hashtags trending, because we have a big reach. We have a big reach as a community that we need to use for good, and not just for good when it comes to Dogecoin. We need to be calling out governments that do the wrong thing. I don't just want to use my platform for Doge. I love Doge. We're going to talk about that a lot, but we need to, whenever we see injustice that's happening in terms of governments not doing the right thing to the people, we're going to call it out no matter what. And some people will hate on us for it, but you know what? That's just the way it is. When you are this big of an account in terms of how many people we have together, this big of a group, we're going to get some hate. And you know what? We can handle it. We can handle some hate, but most of it is love, and that's the best part about it. Speaking of love, if you want to go down there and press the like button, that is definitely love right there. That would be awesome to see. So definitely, if you want to press like, take a hyperloop down. Let's get all of us to press it. We can definitely do some cool things just by simply pressing buttons. The best thing you can do is press a button. Thank you, bro, for gaming us up. Yeah, of course. I was wondering where you were because, Matt, you are funny. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Sup, Wallace, congratulations on the success. Thank you so much. And remember, the best way to look at this is that Dogecoin as a community is better than any other community on the internet. It really is. Because name one other place where anything like this is possible. It's not. We right now have the best and most fun community, and I love it. And the best part is too, we're nice to other communities most of the time too. So it's not like we're being mean and we're the best. We're the best because we deserve it, and also we're being nice to other communities. I think that's the perfect solution right there. That's the perfect way to be. But Boston Fed president says the exponential growth of stablecoins could disrupt the money markets. Oh no, that's not good. And what he means specifically by this is that you can actually put money into a stablecoin, USDT for example, and you can make a heck of a large percentage, 15%, 10% on some exchanges, just simply by holding your money in a stablecoin. Most of them are a little bit less than that, but when you can make that much, why the heck would you put your money in a bank account anymore? At some point, I plan to transfer most of my dollars into stable coins that are not being invested in crypto. I have a ton of money invested in Dogecoin, and Dogecoin by far my biggest holding, other cryptos as well, but I'm going to transfer a lot of my just plain US dollars into things like Tether and stuff like that, other cryptocurrencies too that are stable coins. And the reason why is because you can make a big percent. So why in the world would I pass up on the percent? You shouldn't. You should definitely be taking that seriously. I think we're going to see a lot more people doing that, as they should. As well, thank you so much for... Oh, that's awesome. Never mind. I thought that your name said something different. Mr. Hitter. I thought it said something different. 5 Doge, 5 orbits of Doge 1. I like that. Coming in from Udini. And $5 Doge, 5 orbits of Doge 1. How long will it take before we see 5 orbits of Doge 1? It probably, orbits happen fast. So that would happen in about, what is it, a day? I think you see multiple orbits of satellites in a single day. Hashtag we the people of Elon. I like that. Come back and click the like for Matt, people, from CRX Joe. CRX Joe, consistent and loving support of the channel. So thank you so much, Joe, for that. We do all appreciate that here. But I agree with him. I don't agree with this person. He says the number one emotion I feel about Bitcoin is jealousy from a gold investor. Well, you know what? There's a simple solution to that. Come on over. What are you waiting for? Look at him. Right now, we're not going to hate on him. If he's investing in gold, he's not hating on crypto. But think about this. That frown right there could be turned upside down. You can have a smile on your face. If you want a big fat smile, you can turn that frown upside down, have an awesome smile on your face, which is definitely the way to go. So, I honestly, I like this guy. He's pretty dang cool. But at the same time, he would be way happier, I think, if he was investing in crypto right now. You don't need to be jealous. You can be having fun. And yeah, we're not talking about that. No, we're not talking about that. But I believe when I see subscriber since 5 cents. Oh, nice. AMC will boost Doge by HODL. Oh yeah, for sure. When is Doge going to skyrocket? That's a good question. I don't think we're going to see much more time pass before we see some of the big upward legs of Doge. The big one, it is coming. Don't have no doubt about it. The big one is coming. At some point, it will come. It's not. There's a possibility it could drop first. And the thing that could stop the big one is governments trying to ban it across the globe. The U.S. government specifically is one we have to be most worried about in that regard. Even though it's very unlikely they would do something like that. So we have to be worried about it just in terms of the impact, not in terms of the probability of it happening. But as long as that doesn't happen, don't invest too much. But you can definitely see huge returns from Dogecoin. There's some other cryptos like too, but Dogecoin definitely I think has more potential. It really does than any other crypto with all the catalysts that are coming and its current position. And also more bullish articles coming out like this. Crypto long and short, this bear market may not last long. By the way, there's a bear in my neighborhood. Someone found a bear in their backyard, took a video of it and posted it on Nextdoor in my neighborhood, about 1 block away from me. Very, very, very close to my house. There is an actual brown bear. I'm pretty. Someone correct me on this. I think there's the different kinds of bears. If it's the polar bears are the most scary ones. The brown bears, I think they're pretty scary. Then the black ones will run away. I think when it comes to bears, I don't know. I'm still confused on that. Someone let me know what the deal is with bears. But definitely, it's a little weird to have a bear going around in your neighborhood like that. I don't know if there's anyone who's gonna come take it away. Hopefully that's a sign, though. The bear coming through the neighborhood. It's a sign that the bear market is passing along, and we'll see crypto going up now. It's not really a sign, unfortunately. That would be nice. Well, we can pretend it is. We'll just pretend it is. As we see, roast the bear. Should I roast the bear? Maybe I should. Maybe on my next live, I will pull up a picture of the bear, and we'll have to get a roast underway of the bear. I mean, you thought you could just come into my neighborhood like that, huh? Is that what you thought, Mr. Bear? Yeah, that's right. You know you can't. Doges, they're allowed in the neighborhood. Bears, though, not so much. Bears can stay the heck away. But look at this. Dogecoin is so beautiful to watch right now. Going up to around 26 cents. A nice recovery that hopefully will be followed by a spike soon. But you'd love to see that. It was going down. Remember the comments? People were saying, I give up on Doge. I'm done. Some people sold at the bottom. And if you did, that in fact means you have paper hands. We're not going to make fun of people who sold at the bottom if it was your first time. But if you sell at the bottom consistently and you're losing money on that, you just really should think about it a little bit harder before you decide to sell at things like that. Always wait 5 minutes after you want to make a decision on any crypto or investment, and that's the best thing to do. Hey, Matt, you continue to have... Oh, yeah, nice. But yeah, that's true. I actually... So I do post it on Twitter from time to time if you want to look at that. I do post it. But anyway, I'm Matt Wallace. This is Final Stand, and I will see you in the next video.